Yeah, everybody, forgive me 1 second.
Staying live.
All right, everybody. Let's make this bigger so I can see who I'm talking to. Hi,
Looks like
everyone.
we've been live for 2 minutes and 27 seconds.
No, it says something's wrong with your clock. Okay, everybody, forgive us. Let's do a proper introduction. Hi, I'm Chrissy Canny. I'm the CEO of Vented in Brooklyn. Every week we bring you extraordinary people, usually on Fridays, but today we're doing something a little different and we're adding a new little show, and it's called Magnificently Made Mondays. And you've heard me talk about the book. I'm a proud contributor of the anthology. So I just had this idea. I just want you to meet everybody and understand the beauty that is in this book. 33 women poured their hearts out and their souls to inspire you to do good, to feel not alone, to help you through a crisis. They're beautiful stories. So we're going to start with, this is episode 1. And today we have the amazing creators and our publishers from Inspired Girls. So we have Jen Tuma Young and Jessica Faith. I guess she doesn't want to have her name today. So
it's my show name.
It's your show name. Okay. So Jessica Faith. Barry Maldonado. I'm putting it out there. I don't know. So we're a little crazy. I'm a little bit of in a sweat right now, but it's going to be great. We're feeling a little silly today.
It's all good. Hey, Danielle just said hi. I love that. That's fun.
Oh, hi. Okay. I can't. Okay. So somebody's got to pay attention because, like, okay.
Risa, I'll look at the comments. That's fun. Then I will.
Okay, that's
I
good.
don't even know how you're doing that. That's amazing.
I have to make the screen small again. We're okay. Everybody, like, this is the first time I've used this app, so everybody, please be patient and kind. We're streaming on 3 channels. And yeah, I'm just learning. So it's different than just going Instagram Live and just pressing one button, even though I'm trying to do Instagram Live, but whatever. So let's start with Jen. Jen, give yourself a little introduction. And Jen had this dream of the words magnificently made, I believe 16 years ago. She wrote it down. So give us a little quick intro and go into that story, and then we'll come to Jess.
Sure. Well, the story really was I was going through my own very tough time, as we all go through peaks and valleys. I was in a valley, and my daughter was a baby. She's 17 now, so that's how long ago it was. And I just remember I was like putting her to sleep, and I was in that self-critical mode of like really beating myself up over things. And we were having some financial things and all kinds of stuff. And all I could feel, like, as I was beating myself up, was this really beautiful presence around me. Like, I can only describe it as just like this I'm going to cry. I'm not going to cry right away. Loving presence around me.
Just before we grab tissues, because Jen makes us all cry. Always.
And the words that kind of just started to bubble up to me was that, you're magnificently made, born for a purpose, and capable of more than you know. And it just like struck me so much, and it stuck with me ever since that time. So, whenever I would start to inner critic label myself something, which we all kind of do that, I would always think, label myself magnificently made, just change that narrative. And then fast forward many years later, when I founded Inspired Girl, I just thought it would be a good phrase to put on the front of our cards to remind other people, like, maybe that I'm not the only one that has felt bad about themselves in their lives. So maybe other people could benefit from that phrase. And then now it's turned into this incredible, amazing work of heart, I call it.
Yes.
That's a very short version for me too. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, that it is. Jess, I know, is like so proud of you. We're going to time Jess right now. But and you also, so you've been on this journey. You started with your own book, which is called?
My very first book was called Little Miss Negative. That was about that little Miss Negative voice in our head. And then I have another book called Balance is Bunk, which is all techniques to, find inner peace in our lives. So embracing the crazy beautifulness.
Right.
Yeah.
So you went on this journey and God spoke to you saying, write words. And that's how you came to write all these books. And that's how you came to become.
Well, yeah, because I was always a writer, always since I was a little girl. I was writing since I could hold a pen. And at that time that I'm going back to, I didn't even feel like I should be writing. I didn't even feel worthy enough to write. And when that feeling came over me, it was like, just write, do what I've given you this gift to do, use your gifts. And that started writing again. And then it turned into a whole book, author career and all kinds of things. And then fast forward, to 2019, Jessica and I started a conference called SOAR. SOAR started in 2017. And after a couple of years of that, I said, maybe I can help somebody else write books because I had so much experience in that field. And Jess was actually the first person that I published her book. And now, we have the company where we have, a few dozen authors that we're publishing. So,
right. So now we're going to switch. So Jess, then, so you guys met and then your little story came to be and your words. So tell us a little bit about yourself. And I want you to talk about like how you didn't know you wanted to be an author, or how you didn't did you know? And how did that process start with you? Like, what little thing did Jen do to make you really want to be a writer?
Sure. So hi everyone. I'm Jessica. I have 4 kids that are truly amazing: Jared, Noah, Riley, and Damien. And they are 17 to 24, and they're really my why. Making them proud, leaving a legacy. And through that, I have been through a lot of challenges as a single mother for more than half their lives. And Jen and I had written another book with a friend many years ago, and I kind of put it out some feelers to my social media saying, hey, does anybody, know anybody? And then a mutual friend of Jen and I said, you guys should talk. And so out of nowhere, I reached out and she said, sure, let's get together. And then we kind of just exchanged stories. I told her, I was a single mom. I went to Haiti in 2011. I raised a bunch of money. And that was my first time with the passport out of the country, just doing something different. And so we just became really good friends then. That book kind of went by the wayside. I had a partner and we only took it so far. And then Jen, being inspired by my Haiti story, asked me to come to her conference, which was called Bold Her at the time in Pennsylvania. So I got a group of women. We all went, stayed overnight, and I was on the panel. And I shared my story. But when she had asked me, I'm like, why me? I don't get it. I don't understand. But I just followed. I just trusted, and I went. And, sometime later, Jen came to me and she's like, I'd love to do that. But here at the Jersey Shore, would you be my partner? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, of all the people all of, what do you see in me? I mean, I graduated high school. I was a teen mom. I don't get it. She goes, it has to be you. It's just, there's no other way. And so we went in with a hope and a dream and not 2 cents to rub together. And
not 2 nickels, but that dream was big.
Yeah. So I figured I could charge a little bit. We just, if we build it, they'll come. And it did. So, now we're on our 8th symposium. And back in 2019, I was just an average student in high school. Nothing special about me. I worked hard, but I just didn't show. And my mother was a teen mom, so she, did the best she could, but, she had me at 16. So there wasn't a lot of, guidance in that direction. So then when it came, Jen had this opportunity. She wanted to help a writer. I messaged a dozen people immediately who I thought would be a good fit. Like, here, Jen has an opportunity. My friend has an opportunity. I think you're a great fit. And then several hours later, I'm like, wait, what about me? I raised 4 kids alone. I have a home organizing company. I have been without the lights. The water's been shut off. And, at one point in time, all I had was a laundry cap full of coins. That was all we had. And, to where I am now and So my goal was just to be able to help inspire one person instead of, get into the fetal position, say, you know what, I got this, I can keep going, and then celebrate themselves and their birthday and, things like that. Those little things that are important that I learned through friends and through connections. And but if you had asked me in high school if I'd ever write a book, I'd be like, no way. Like, it wasn't even in the trajectory. So this is, very, very different.
Yeah. And so she said, what about me? And I'm like, it has to be, just like SOAR, it had to be her. Like, that was the divine appointment. We had met in 2014 about another book. At that time, I was just coming off a big book tour and all this kind of stuff. And that book didn't work out. But here we are, 2019. Jess is asking everyone else. And then she goes, Jen, would it be weird if I said it was me? And she goes, but if I do this, you have to treat me like a client. I'm paying you full price. I don't want any special treatment. I want to invest in myself. I'm going to cry again, but I won't. And it was like, yes, that was what we were supposed to do, was this, that was something that we just knew was divine appointment. So.
And now a few years later,
yeah,
now you approach Jess again, because now you're like, I have a dream.
Yes. So it was right at the end of 2021. So let's get to Magnificently Made, right? So the end of 2021, I just, the words Magnificently Made have been in my heart. And then I'm thinking like the number 33, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, there has to be this anthology. Something was coming to me about this anthology. And I put just a simple Facebook post. I have this thing. I say, if one person jumps in, it's a thing. Like, if nobody jumps in, it's not supposed to be a thing. But if one person does it, we said that with SOAR. I said that with my husband and I's business, Domestic Dad. I said, if one person jumps in, this is a thing. And I put it on Facebook about this idea of this anthology before the new year even. And Denise Caesar, who's on, right away jumped in on board. She was like, I'm in. And then I called Jess. I go, I think we're publishing an anthology. She's like, what? And she wasn't even partner at that time in Inspired Girl. We had a whole thing at the beginning of that year. She jumped in and was like, but I said, when Denise said yes, we have to do this. She's in. There's 32 other people that are going to jump in. And of course, Jess is one of them. And then, of course, Chrissy, you're one, and some are on. And it just kind of really, Jess again trusted that, it's supposed to be what it's going to come together. And it was quite miraculous how I think it came together.
I mean, yes, because you asked us. So, I'll try to tell the story quickly about like how I was like hesitant about being an author. I've shared the story like, I can't write. I still don't know they, their, them, their, how, like I continually write it wrong, but I do love sharing the story. I don't know if I was recovering from surgery, about to go into surgery. And I was like, I so want to be a part of this anthology. There was like one or two spots left, and I was too chicken because I didn't think I was worthy. Oh. And I did the same thing that you did. And I'm like, Jess posted, and I'm like, I'm just gonna heart this. And if God thinks this is for me, Jess is gonna know that I want in. Right. And then it was like, and then I'm like, heart, and then it's like ding ding, like messenger. I'm like, uh-oh.
The funny thing is, Chrissy, we talked about,
do you want to be in? Like, and I'm like, oh, what did I get myself into? But, I was like, yeah, I do. Like, I just saw all the women that were signing up, and I was like, oh, I love all these women. They're so amazing. And is that the
crazy
story?
Thunder. Oh my gosh.
So then that's how I think I was number 32 or number 33, but I like to say 33 just for drama.
The whole point was, at the time, for anybody that doesn't know, Chrissy was going through all kinds of health stuff. We were afraid, it wasn't the right time to approach you about any of this.
We talked about it though. Jess and I said, what about Chrissy? What about Chrissy? We'd love to have Chrissy. And again, like, it was the timing, and Jess was like, you know what? I'm just going in this.
Yeah.
And it was good because it really was something to distract me. Yeah. I was able to write, whether I was high or not when I did it. I don't know if I was on pills or not, because I have to really look back and see what part before surgery or in between surgeries that I wrote it. Okay, so now you say to us, just write whatever is in your heart. You didn't give us any ideas, because I was like, wait, should I write about cancer? Should I write about business? Like, what's everybody writing about? I don't want to write about the same things, so it's all spread out for you. And you're like, no, just write what's in your heart, right? So
squeeze the arm.
Magically, something happened when we all contributed. So do you have your poem there?
Yeah, well, I can pull it up. Yes. So what happened when it, just like you said, we had a prep packet, we had some materials to get people's, hearts kind of going, but I really just wanted people to just, like I call it squeeze the arm, just let come out what needs to come out. And there wasn't really a theme. It was just in my heart. What kept coming up was that our stories connect us. And whether we've experienced the same thing as somebody else and we want to feel like we're not alone, or maybe we haven't experienced the same thing, but we want to learn about another human being's walk and connect us deeper. There's something with stories. And if I'm giving all of this guidance and direction, I'm going to lose that. So just let come out what come out. And everybody did. And a lot of people had the same reaction, like, what do you mean there's no, exact theme? But after I was getting all of these stories in, and I kept feeling like, what is the thread? Like, how are we going to structure this and organize it? One night I just sat down and I wrote this poem. And do you want me to read it? Okay. So we are dreamers. We are torch-bearing believers. We are joy seekers. We are keepers of light. We are the epitome of love and grace personified. We are bold and courageous. We are wise and powerful. We are ready to soar. We are deeply poetic. We are healers and healing. We are compassionate, caring, and kind. We are magnificently made. So those words kind of came out, and I looked at the words, and I kept looking at all these chapters, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like there's 3 stories about dreamers. There's 3 stories that fit the believe thing. There's 3 stories, and each one just filled up. So there's 11 lines on the poem, 3 stories each, and ending with "We are magnificently made." So it was just really, I can't even describe. I could not have planned that, like the way it came together. So it was quite amazing.
It worked out like pretty magically and spectacular. Yes. So now we have these 11 sections, we all get released. I'm number 7, and Jess, you are number, what chapter are you?
I don't even know.
10. She's 10.
10.
Yeah. She's I know.
I trust her implicitly. I don't even, qualms about it.
I called her at 1 a.m. She was like, that sounds great to me. I was like, what do you think? I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. She does trust.
So tell me, Jess, what your chapter is titled and a little bit about it.
Sure. My chapter is called Unwavering Faith, and it's about my mother's journey through basically the beginning of July to the beginning of September. So her 2-month journey from being diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer to her next chapter, going to, heaven and to be with God, and, and just being 100% like calm, cool, and collected about through the scenario, even though, anybody with that kind of diagnosis and prognosis, like she was totally fine. She'd have us in her, small bedroom, and she would be going through all the whole contents of what she owned was in her bedroom. And, she maybe had 4 pairs of jeans, 4 sweatshirts, a couple t-shirts, like everything was in that bedroom. And that was in her family's home she grew up in, and I grew up in Winnemassa. And, she would pull out like the memory drawer, and then, she'd pull out the orange folder, and that was like the Organista home handbook. And then she'd have in there was like all the things I did and my book, and and she's like, this, you should have this, and she'd do that with my brother, my sister, but she wasn't upset about it. She wasn't crying. She was she was very strong, and so that helped us to carry that way and to be that way, and just think of what we could do in that time frame. To support her and to help her, and she saw so much love those last 2 months. I put out a call for cards. She got hundreds of cards, and she loved it, because she loves stationery, but she never had a stamp or never had the right zip code, or, so she loved that. And then, I needed a good candy because her mouth from the treatments. And so she got hundreds of pounds of candy, and this was a woman that never ordered Amazon, never got anything in the mail, so it was a big deal, and she really looked forward to it, almost like a kid in a candy shop. So that was really beautiful. And, she just, those last times she was so strong, those last time, those days. And then, she had last rites twice. Luckily I have, the priest on speed dial through my work connections. And so she was given last rites twice, and, she's withering in pain, and she's, we're in the ER, and she's getting last rites. And she's just like, her eyes, she was determined to make sure that she received the blessings, and the priest knew that she was there. And, she appreciated his time. Her body had given up, but she knew she was going to heaven to be with her parents. And my father passed away like roughly 10 years prior, same thing, but he had, put in the work. He put in, I guess my mom didn't want him to pass. So he did all the treatments. So he had about an hour, about a year and a half, but she, she did it. And then she's like, no, I'm not doing it anymore, So
she passed on treatment, or she totally, or no, she did it
for a little bit, and then she stopped. They burnt her liver, and she was 100 pounds to begin with, and sick from, because she was so thin, they couldn't get the pain killing stuff right. So it just never really balanced out. And so I just really wanted to honor her with those words, and also give strength and courage to anybody that might be the person passing or the family member dealing with that, because it is challenging, and actually tomorrow it's going to be 3 years. So.
And Jess's chapter really gives faith to anyone facing anything, because her mom's unwavering faith just shines through every word Jess wrote, and Jess is, learning from her faith. So it really does give so much beauty and hope to people when you read about the way her mom was during that time, and just how she lived her whole life, very selfless and very giving, like you two that I'm on the Zoom with, like not Zoom, I'm aging, whatever, the live.
Well, who's going to remember we're on StreamYard? It's okay, unless like the big logo is, but I paid to get rid of that logo. So, yeah. So Jess, I meet a lot of people, through what I do, whose parents go through cancer, and they want to write about it. Do you have any pointers or tips for them, like how they can start, or how was it healing for you? Was it challenging?
I think it was challenging, like I did it, and then I submitted it, and I didn't want to read it, and then it came back, and it was emotional. And then, we got it back a couple days ago, and I still haven't read it. I read the before, I read the after. I'm just, because every time I go back there. So I don't know, I guess it could be therapeutic. But I just did it to honor her, really. She was 57 years old when she passed. My dad was 50.
Wow, your parents.
And just living that legacy. So.
Wow. That's way too young. Yeah, my dad died of lung cancer at 72, and his sister died of colon cancer at 55. So yeah, cancer sucks, and I'm going to be polite, not curse tonight. So then you got that. All right, so now we're coming close. Now we got all our stories together. It's coming to release date.
Yes. Yeah.
We're retails. We have this beautiful hardcover book. 8x10 satin finished pages. I keep wanting to say
it's
satin
like a
embossed
page. Yeah, we got the covers embossed. It's gonna be
embossed. Okay. So, and what are we going to do? How are we going to celebrate?
So, well, the release date is 11/11. We started our pre-sale on 8/8. So everybody's been, getting pre-orders in because it is a limited edition. Once this first print run is gone, then the book will change format into not all the bells and whistles on this version of it. So we're selling
So it
them
doesn't
now.
mean that it's not going to be available anymore. It just means it's going to be different, everybody.
It's going to be different. This is a limited special edition. So
Yeah.
this one is, the hardcover, the satin pages, the embossing, all the, full color, and things like that. But it will be available in other formats in future editions. And so 11/11, we're going to celebrate. We haven't announced the celebration yet, but we are excited. So all of the contributors, and then we're going to have a party inviting people who pre-ordered the book and things like that to be released. And then, after that, it's really just all of the contributors going out and doing. So many of you already have events planned, readings lined up, private, events for people to come and hear their story and things like that. So it really is just letting whoever needs the words find them. That really is what it is. And like putting it out there so people can know that it exists and that there's, words for them.
Yeah. It's, so 33 women, some from the West Coast, some from like down South, a lot from New York and New Jersey.
Yeah.
We're all having like events. So there's going to be so many opportunities to come out and meet the authors everywhere. So it's a lot of fun. But the way you did it is that you can go to magnificently-made.net and you've separated into 33 authors. And so if people are like, wait, how do I purchase this? Who do I support? Like, describe how you decided to that's how it was going to be.
Yeah, so we wanted all of the contributors. They each have their own page. So if you don't know, you can read through the different chapters. It's all in one book. So if a certain chapter speaks to you, that might be the one you want to purchase from. You could purchase from any one of the 33 authors that are there. And then, we wanted to give everybody the opportunity to share it with their family and friends and people on social media and people who just need the topic that they're writing about. We always say that we write for somebody who needs it. And so, a lot of the authors are finding like where their message is most needed, groups and organizations and things like that. So if you go to magnificentlymade.net, you can see all of the chapters, title and little short descriptions and see what speaks to your heart.
Yeah, that's great. So
Debbie just said she needs her copy. So you know me, I reached out to her. I'm like, Debbie, link.
Yeah.
That's what it works.
All those signatures, Debbie. Yeah.
So
thank you, Risa. That was beautiful. I really appreciate that comment.
See, I have it on large screen. I can't see the comments. I guess I have to change it.
I shrank it. It popped up.
Okay. So I think this is great. We have a few more minutes. So I want you guys to talk about, yes, okay, we have the book, but last year I got to go to your Source Symposium for the first time. I know that you still have tickets left. So I want to talk about that quickly because it was really a magical, beautiful day to be in a room filled with women with like-minded hearts and brains, and to know we all just want to do good in the world. We all just want to help and lift each other. So tell a little bit more details about the event and where they can get tickets and such.
Yeah. So the event is on October 18th. We are announcing the very
special.
You guys are
going to flip.
We're going to flip this location. I mean, the whole thing. The way we do is sort of keep it just every year is we have a different theme, and the location and the theme go together. So Last year, our theme was living a legacy in a legendary life. So we had a legendary location, the Asbury Lanes, and it was really all about that. This year, we can share the theme because we just shared it, but the location, I can't wait to share it. So the theme is love, and it really is not romantic love. It's agape love. It's unconditional love, loving ourselves, loving others, and really just we're going to really dig into the depth of what that means. And so at the location, you'll see why it goes so well with that theme. We are saying can I say, Jess, what they can wear? What we're thinking?
Yes, because what did we do? Pleather and denim last time.
Last year we did pleather and denim. And this year we're saying white or lace. So white or lace, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but if you want to have fun with us and wear white or lace, have at it. But this location is definitely amazing. And the session leaders that are coming together to support this theme and really helping us to, live that unconditional loving life. It's really amazing. And so tickets.
Yeah, they all embody it.
Yeah, they embody it. They embody that when you're in their presence, what you feel is this light of love. And that's really what all of the attendees we feel, right, Jess? Like we're always like, we can't describe the energy that comes out of it. We could never plan it. Who shows up in the room, we always feel is supposed to be there because the energy collectively just always blows us away. And you could get tickets at seizopportunityandrise.com. So that's what SOAR stands for. So you want to add anything, Jess?
Okay.
Nothing.
We have 1 minute.
We got a minute because I'm cutting this off at 33 just in your honor.
Yeah, I know. So maybe I should shut up.
Go ahead, Jess.
I was just going to say, it's like one of my dream locations. Like, so Jen and I essentially spend like 9 months finding a spot that people traditionally have not been to. So that is the most work that SOAR takes. And then all the small details. Yeah. So I can guarantee the majority of people have never been there. And I never got in the door. So now I'm getting in the door.
So it's close to Asbury?
Not too far.
It's in Monmouth County.
It's in Monmouth County, yeah. It's a good one.
I'm intrigued. And is it like lace, like I'm coming like Madonna? Like I'm bringing like the 7th grade?
You do whatever you want, girl. There are no rules.
Like in white? Am I bringing that back? I can't wait now. I'm excited.
White, we were thinking like, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give away the location.
Well, Jen picked white, and I was like, we need another option besides
at first we were like, oh, are we all wearing white because of the location? But then, she said we need another option. I happen to love lace, like just not necessarily Madonna lace, but any kind of lace. I think it's just, I don't know, I love it. So, and it kind of goes with the theme because once you see the location and the theme of love, so any kind of lace.
Very, very exciting. Yeah. Okay. So everybody, so buy your SOAR tickets and of course support us all at Magnificently Made. .net to purchase your books, support all the different 33 authors. It's going to be great. It comes out 11/11 officially. We can start shipping and getting it into all of your hands. So please support and love us and share this. There you go. Get it out there. Jess and Jen, thank you for being
I'm obviously not good at direction.
Thank you for being amazing publishers from Inspired Girl. It's been such a great story. I can't wait for it to come out.
Yes, and thank you so much for putting this together. It takes a lot of work. We know it's not easy, and we are just so grateful for you, bringing us all together and giving everybody the opportunity. It's really special. So thank you. Not everybody's built to put something like this together. So thank you, Chrissy, for the opportunity.
Thank you. Of course. Now we got to go. And Jen, you got frozen. So we
love you. She's going to love that face. I should take a picture.
Oh, stop. Come on. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you next Monday at 7/11 with Maureen Spataro, and we'll talk about her chapter. So it's going to be great. I'm telling you, you're going to connect to somebody in this book. So have a great one. Have a great night, everybody.